My name is Justin Dimoff, and I serve as the Streetlight Director for London Youth for Christ. There is a huge need in our city, a need most people miss, and I want to share it with you today. Through the Streetlight program, I have found my passion working with at-risk youth, and each week I connect with hundreds of kids who fit that criteria of at risk. It might be easy to ignore hundreds when London has 60,000 youth, but I believe the problem is only getting worse. This problem is social poverty, and unlike physical poverty, it's hard to identify and even harder to treat. There is no quick fix, and there's no Band-Aid that you can put over it that'll heal it. Social poverty finds life and strength in fear, betrayal, abuse, neglect, violence, indifference, selfishness, greed, and many of the other evils that seem to dominate our world. Social poverty is when friends are only there when they need something from you. When you cry out for help and no one answers. When all you need is a parent and they are too busy being children themselves to notice. When acceptance is conditional and when discrimination is commonplace. The youth I work with are tired. They are tired of wearing a mask and fighting through the masks of others. Betrayal is a bitter pill that we all must swallow every once in a while. They seem to deal with it every day. Now, I might be reading too much into Facebook culture, but I see stuff online that's part of the problem. Everyday youth are reaching out in real life and finding no support, so they go online and find less. It's a sad window into the lives of at-risk youth. If I killed myself today, would anyone miss me? So sick of this crap. So bored and alone. I see these statuses every day. Perhaps you've seen this little gem on Facebook. You post this on your status. If someone likes it, you feel special. Then you message them back with a TBH or a to be honest response. Now, usually it's something vague and insincere, but they're supposed to feel special about it. It is a cry for attention and a weak attempt to feel loved and valued. What if nobody likes your status? You feel even worse than when you started. What about the person who liked? How low is their self-esteem? Maybe you've seen this campaign. It's wrong in so many ways. It's not about making peace with others. It's not about forgiveness. It's Stockholm Syndrome for this generation. It makes me sad to think that my friends on the street find identity in hatred. If all you know is hate, then why not come to embrace it? Because it will eat you alive. Jesus called us to love our enemies and turn the other cheek, but this is about loving the emptiness and loving hate. So, what's the solution? How do we attack this disease? We need to go back to the basics. Concepts of compassion, patience, responsibility, mentorship, and love. We need to be willing to remove professional distance and be a village. A village is built on compassion and shared responsibility. Right now in London, we have kids raising themselves, depending on Ontario Works and social services. And if we continue to ignore that, no amount of government money is going to help the problem. So how do we change things? The same way we eat an elephant, one little bit at a time. When a youth trusts you enough to share their story, listen and remember. Be a consistent presence in their lives. Your only agenda should be raising their social wealth. If you know it's a youth's birthday, do something. Make a big deal about it. It's important. And if somebody steals the cake you had prepared, use a dinner roll. It's the thought that counts, but it's also the action. Every week, I'm directly in the lives of a dozen or so men in a guys group. We live life together, we explore and experience London together. I get to be a mentor, a friend, and an encourager, and a co-conspirator, I guess. My hope is to hire a woman to do the same things that I'm doing, but with the girls. Girls need to know that they can have friends and be friends with other girls, and that their worth to others is more than how much skin they are willing to show and how much morality they are willing to use. Now, we need to be available to help and encourage young parents who are struggling to figure things out. They weren't parented, so we need to stand in the gap and help them. Social poverty is cyclical, and we have the opportunity to be agents of compassion and change. I want to thank you for this time, and I want to thank you for the opportunity to share about what I'm passionate about. I want this conversation to continue, And deep down, I want all youth, not just the at-risk ones I know, to find the hope and potential that I know that they were created for. Thank you and good evening.